Breaking news right off the top tonight, the Shelby County District Attorney releasing the body cam and dash cam footage from the officer who shot and killed Jarveon Hudspeth following a traffic stop back in June. Our Kevin McNamara is here in studio now to break down that video. Kevin.
Yep, that's right, Pepper. The Shelby County District Attorney releasing that video tonight. And remember, back in June, 21-year-old Jarveon Hudspeth was shot and killed. Since then, his family has been demanding answers and transparency in what led up to his death. Now, I am here to talk about that and how it differs from what Floyd Bonner said to the public initially after that happened. Again, June 24th is when it occurred back in Raleigh. They've been requesting that video to be released, and we have it now here for you. Heads up, it may be disturbing for some viewers. As you see in the video here from the dash cam, the officer begins the traffic stop and Hudspeth gets out of the vehicle and goes to the trunk. The officer searches his pockets and Hudspeth reaches for something and then begins to return to the vehicle. The officer follows him and tries to prevent him from getting back in the car, but as you see here, Hudspeth hits the gas and the officer begins hanging on halfway in and halfway out of the vehicle as it speeds away and out of sight of the dash cam. Now we see the same clip again, but from the officer's body camera footage where he warns him not to return, but then he gets back in the car. Hudspeth hits the gas while the officer is left clinging on. We've stopped it moments before the officer fires his gun, but in Bonner's first statement on the shooting, he said the officer was dragged nearly 100 yards. One thing that's still unclear from both the extended dash and body camera footage released, why the officer pulled Hudspeth over. That's something that does differ from initial accounts and the TBI investigation, which said this began after the officer approached a parked car. So far, the sheriff's office has not released a statement on the video. Pepper?
Certainly a terrifying situation, Kevin. Thank you. Well, the community will come together tomorrow for a vigil for Jarveon Hudspeth. It's happening at noon at 201 Poplar Avenue. It'll be at the Washington Avenue entrance. ABC 24 will be there, and we will bring you the latest. Well, also breaking tonight, nationally known attorney Ben Crump will be back in Memphis Friday to comment on the Jarveon Hudspeth video release and demand video be released in another case this summer where another man died after interacting with local law enforcement. Crump will address the Hudspeth video release at 8 a.m. at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church. And then at 8:30, he will demand the video release in the death of 19-year-old Courtney Ross, who died August 11th after being taken into custody by MPD in Midtown Memphis. Investigators say those living nearby called police saying who saw Ross looking into cars and going into mailboxes. Authorities said officers apprehended Ross, put him in the back of a squad car, and then after noticing he was short of breath, called for an ambulance. Now, Ross later died in the hospital. ABC 24 plans to cover those updates, so stay tuned for the latest on air and online.